Greetings, true believers! We just wanted to let you know that this movie review is going to be a lot longer than our reviews in the past. Why? Because we had a story to go along with the review, and unfortunately, we had a lot to unpack with this movie, more than we thought we would. So for your convenience, we've placed timestamps at the bottom. If you want to skip the story and go straight to the review, go right ahead. We don't mind. This won't be the last time, but we'll do our best. Hope you enjoy. Excelsior!
Dr. Stephen Strange, Master Surgical Doctor, and now Master of the Mystic Arts, the Sorcerer Supreme. Then an accident and a spell he casted created a convergence between multiple universes. Now, in order to save our world and the worlds of others, Strange must recruit the help of other beings from these other worlds, or face the Multiverse of Madness.
I call upon the sorcerers from the following dimensions to aid me in this crisis. From the world of Walt Disney, Maleficent, Mickey Mouse, Genie, and Goliath. From the world of DC, Zatanna and Raven. From the world of Nickelodeon, Cosmo and Wanda. From the world of Hasbro, Twilight Sparkles. From the world of newspaper comic strips, Snoopy. From the world of Jay Ward, Bullwinkle J. Moose. From the world of Mattel, Evil Lynn. And from the world of Square Enix, Sora. And reluctantly, the ruler of Latveria, Dr. Victor Von Doom. Though he cannot be trusted, he is gifted with the brilliance to being able to have mastered the combination of both science and sorcery. He may be of some assistance. I have summoned each of you here for your knowledge and your skills. As you can see, our dimensions are converging, and I hope that you will all assist me in repairing this matter before it worsens. Let's start with you, the all-powerful genie of the lamp. Surely you have a solution for this problem. Sorry, Professor Weirdo, but ever since my pal Al freed me from the lamp, my powers are semi-phenomenal and nearly cosmic. But I can still do this.
Look at me! I'm a turtle! And I'm a beautiful butterfly! Ow! That hurt my face!
Hey, Mr. Wizard, look over here. I know some magic. See? I pulled a rabbit out of my hat.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
By the hoary hosts of Holoth, Bugs Bunny, do you have any knowledge of the mystic arts?
Hey, I only know a few words and phrases, Doc. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, pocus cadabra, abracahocus, Newport New, Walla Walla, Washington. Did that help any, Doc?
No, my friend. I'm afraid not.
This is despicable.
Why do I have the urge to say Autobots, transform, and roll out?
Whoa, that's nothing. I feel like having a few beers and stomping a mud hole in somebody and walking it dry.
Look, Wanda, I'm a turtle again! And a ninja turtle this time! And I'm a pig, Cosmo! I'm not touching that one. Ow! My face!
There, back to normal. Mr. Strange, perhaps the Gamora Machinorum could be of some assistance. Let's hope so, my friend. We have very little time left now. Let's try this spell. Wiggly line, scribble, 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 wiggly line, scribbles! What? Why is everyone looking at me like that? That's what it says. Look. See?
Wait a minute! That's my handwriting!
Wait, what?
Let me see that! That's not the Piggly Wiggly Winn-Dixie! That's my diary! And it says, Dear Diary, today Timmy wished for obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, and a chocolate shake. And then later, Wanda got mad at me. My Cosmo's handwriting was always atrocious.
Dr. Strange, my powers are no good for you either. I think that it's because our powers only work properly in our own worlds. That is an excellent theory. Any suggestions? There is one last thing that we can try, but it's a long shot. You just had a sequel movie come out, right? Yes, but what does that have to do with anything? Ask this movie reviewer to review your movie. If it's good, it could save the multiverse. If it's bad, then it's over.
You're asking me to put the fate of all universes into the hands of a movie reviewer?
It's either that or... Good point. I'll do it.
Let us hope that by the spell of Ashanti, this succeeds. Unknown movie reviewer, I seek the review of my new movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, in the hopes that your review will save all realities. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let's talk about it, okay? First, a short story synopsis. This movie takes place after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. We find out that Steven is no longer the Sorcerer Supreme of this realm, thanks to this guy right here. That's right, the Mad Titan himself. Multiverse of Madness, Mad Titan, Coinky Dink, Connection. Nah, everyone's just mad apparently now. So, because of Strange was gone, Wong upped his game, and now he's the Sorcerer Supreme of this realm. Enter America Chavez, a young lady who has the power to transverse across multiple universes. And she's being pursued by some interdimensional creatures who want her power. They're in New York right now, and they're wreaking havoc. So, Strange goes off to save her and deduces, like Sherlock Holmes, if you get that reference, that these creatures aren't exactly of sorcerer magic, they're of witchcraft magic. And who's the only witch that we know of in the MCU right now? It's Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch herself. It wasn't Agatha all along this time. So, insert character here wants Chavez's power so that they can transverse across several universes to get back something that was near and dear to them that they lost. Unfortunately, the drawback is you drain America of her powers, well, she dies. Life is full of tough choices, isn't it? So, we get a magic battle, which results in both Strange and Chavez hurtling across multiple universes until they come to a stop at one. And typical Marvel fashion, the two characters exchange banter and snarky remarks and jokes between each other, get to know each other a little bit, and by default, Strange becomes Chavez's protector. We get some spooky stuff, some creepy stuff, a little bit of scary stuff, some intense stuff, and a lot of death. Probably a lot more harsh than what we got in Infinity War, to be honest. And we get cameos. You know one of them already. You heard the voice. You saw the character's arm and the thing that they ride in. And if you watch the movie and you listen to the background music, you'll hear a very, very familiar tune being played. Saturday morning cartoons, anyone? That's all I can say. We get some great CGI special effects. We get a Terminator-esque type chase scene. And we get some intense battles. And we get some beautiful music, some self-sacrifice, and a couple of eyes watching here and there. And boom, that's it. The end. Or is it? Make sure you stick around for those post-credit scenes, the stingers. It's kind of surprising that people still walk out after a Marvel movie is over. After 15 years by now, you think everybody should know that a Marvel movie truly isn't over until you watch the end scene at the very end of the credits. So, anyway, let's talk about the good stuff. This movie breaks the mold in that it's different from the typical Marvel movies that we got in the past from Phase 1 through Phase 3, the Infinity Saga. They were all pretty cookie cutter but to be honest, the formula worked. And I'm not bashing it, but the formula worked. Otherwise, the MCU wouldn't be where it is right now as far as popularity with people now. But everything built up and was intertwined and connected to something bigger and better. Okay? So, with this, as I mentioned earlier, spooky, creepy, over-the-top, intense battles and things like that.
that's a lot different than what we've been getting before, and it pushes the envelope a little bit. I'm glad it's actually a little different. So that's a good thing. This movie is rated PG-13, and I think smaller children would probably get freaked out a little bit by it. But that's just me. They're your kids, not mine. So you make the call. But I'm glad they're going into this direction, because I think I have a theory that maybe perhaps because they're trying to push to see how far they can go with a rated PG-13 rating. Because at some point, Blade, Wolverine, and Deadpool are going to join the MCU, and they're over-the-top violent characters. So I'm wondering if they're kind of testing the waters to push the envelope to see how far they can go. Just a theory. Could be wrong. But anyway, this also brings me to the director, Sam Raimi. He's the guy who directed, as you know, the Spider-Man trilogy from the early 2000s, and he's known for directing the cult classics, Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, starring Bruce Campbell as the character Ash, who, by the way, makes an appearance, a cameo appearance in this movie. So we have that, and the other good thing, the actors are actually good. They're bringing their A game considering the material that they're given to work with, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But the young lady who plays America Chavez, Xochitl Gomez, I think is her last name. I have to check in and make sure. She's a newcomer, and she does a pretty good job holding her own, considering she's around these towers of power of experienced, well-known actors. Okay, so let's talk about the bad stuff, and there's quite a bit to unpack here. So if you didn't watch, if you watch WandaVision on Disney Plus, and you don't have to have watched it in order to watch this movie. I mean, there's some tidbits here and there that actually connect, but it's not much. It's not important, so you don't have to have watched it. But this movie is WandaVision Season 2, co-starring, guest starring Dr. Stephen Strange. This doesn't feel like a Doctor Strange sequel, in all honesty. Strange is throughout the movie, but so is Wanda. The thing is that it seems like it's more focused on her, and it seems like she's given the spotlight a little bit more over. Could be wrong. Any other Marvel movies have done that in the past to a certain extent, but it seems like it's a little over. It's more on her, a little bit more over. That brings me to the next point: the way the characters are written in this movie. Characters that we've been keeping in touch with for the past, maybe some for the past 5 years, some for the past almost 10 years. Some of these characters, in all honesty, it feels like the way they were written, they've regressed a little bit. They're written out of character. And you'll see some characters and you'll think, wait a minute, they wouldn't do this or say this. Wait, what? So that's also another issue. Another issue, missed opportunities, and WandaVision was guilty of this as well, in the fact that they both had the door open for mutants to come into the MCU, and they didn't do it. Mutants as in the X-Men. It's almost a tease in a sense, that maybe, just maybe, the Fantastic Four will finally show up, the X-Men will finally show up, and Deadpool will probably show up, but they don't. So it's kind of a little bit of a letdown. Another thing, wasted characters. Baron Mordo is in this movie, and if you remember him in the first Strange movie, he's like, I hate sorcery, I hate sorcerers, and I'm gonna get them all, and all that. So he's in this, and it's like, why? It didn't matter if he was in it or not, to be honest with you. It was just a waste. Another character, Shumagarath. He was wasted in this as well. I would have liked to have seen more of that character, and truth be told, I had hoped that he would kind of be the main baddie in this movie, moreover than the baddie that we got. So this leads to a more maybe controversial thing, in my opinion, is another wasted character, America Chavez. I've read a few of her adventures and floppies, and she's an okay character. She's not horrible, she's not bad or anything like that. She's just kind of there, basically. I mean, they've retconned her origin maybe 3 times now, and one of her retcons is in the movie, actually. So, the problem is with her is that we don't really get to know her very well, and she's she's a MacGuffin in this movie, and she's almost a tease in this movie as well. And allow me to explain, because of her power set. It's like Marvel just threw her into the movie to say, to tell everyone, you know what she can do. You know, she interdimensional travel. You know, we got the X-Men coming now that we on Fox. You know, come on, you want to see it. You know, you want to come on, and you know, Fantastic Four, Deadpool 2, come on, and it's and that's what she is basically. She's a prop. You know, moreover. Which brings also to another reason why she's a wasted character as well. I don't think she should have been in this movie. Marvel, for the past, as far as their series goes and as far as their movies go, they've been promoting their more newer characters. America Chavez, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, Kate Bishop, the new Hawkeye, and Riri Williams, Ironheart. They were created maybe about 10 years ago, give or take. And they're skipping the line and showcasing them versus characters that have been around for decades. And there are better characters who've been around, and they need to get their time in the spotlight, like Shang-Chi. I remember him because my dad used to collect his comics. And so Asian American man, and he got his own movie, which was pretty decent, and so he got his time in the spotlight. This movie, America Chavez shouldn't have been in it. In all honesty, in my opinion, Brother Voodoo should have been in this movie. Moreover, he's a magic type, kind of talking about him like a Pokemon when I said that, but he did hold the title of Sorcerer Supreme for a little while. In the early 2000s when Strange lost it. I remember I had the floppies until I sold them. And I think he's far more worthier of being in this movie, far more over than her. That was our complaint about Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers was Ms. Marvel back in the day. And Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, a black woman, she actually came up with the name Captain Marvel. She was Captain Marvel. She just didn't, her powers weren't of cosmic origin. But she led the Avengers during the 80s. I remember that. Just like Storm led the X-Men during the 80s. So when Captain Marvel's movie came out, a lot of us comic book fans were going, wait a minute. Why are you promoting Carol Danvers to Captain Marvel when you have Monica Rambeau, who was the original Captain Marvel, who should have had her own movie first, or even own series first? So that was the big thing about all of that. Now, I'm not bringing up Brother Voodoo or Monica Rambeau simply because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. No, I'm not saying that. I would say that about any character of any race, of any age, of any gender, of any preference. I understand the social and political climate that we're in now, that diversity is a major thing, but I don't want the superficial stuff. I want characters, and I want great characters and great stories to be told. You know, America Chavez, she's a Latina, and she's part of the LGBTQIA plus community. And so I get that. Personally, I don't care about any of that stuff. I really don't. That it's people's lives. I don't care. Do whatever you want to. But does any of that make for a good character? Does it make it for an interesting character? 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. Sometimes it does. You have your exceptions to the rule, but 9 times out of 10, it usually doesn't. So that's my issue with that. Now, as far as this movie goes, it didn't leave me hungry for more. A good movie, a good episode of a series, a good book, a good video game will leave you hungry and craving for more. And this movie didn't do it for me. I guess part of it is because it was a little bit of a letdown. I probably had too high of an expectation. This was one of the very few movies this year that I was actually looking forward to watching. So it was a little bit of a letdown. A good movie should be like like your favorite song. You want to see it, you want to watch it over, you want to listen to it over and over and over and over and over again. A good piece of music that, it does something to you. And this movie, really did. And I came out of the theater basically going, next. And that was it, in all honesty. Now, the rumor is that this movie, 80% of it was reshoots. And that's not unusual for movies. Movies do go through reshoots. But 80% of it, that's bad. The last time that happened, Zack Snyder had to leave because of personal affairs, and Joss Whedon came in and reshot basically the majority of the Justice League movie, and we all know how that turned out. So, this movie really is kind of like, wow, I don't know if this is it has me concerned about Phase 4. It really does seem like they don't know what they're doing now. They don't have a plan like they did before with Phases 1 through 3, and now it seems like they're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. So, as far as the rating goes, in my personal opinion, I would say matinee it, but very, very low grade matinee it. Beware, buyer beware. Proceed with caution, basically. I would say dollar theater, but if you have to see it, if you really want to see it, you want to be a part of the Marvel craze and things like that, don't do full price admission. At least save yourself a little money and matinee it. And like I said, proceed with caution, basically. So that's basically it. I hope that helps. And I don't know about you guys, but I got a Rick and Morty portal gun, and I'm getting out of here.
I have failed. I have failed you all.
The convergence has begun. All of you, back to your own worlds. Use your powers to hold it off as long as you can. We'll do our best to fix this on our end.
Doom, where are you going? You must stay and assist me with this.
Assist. Doom does not assist. And Doom does not have to stay. Doom was merely waiting for the perfect opportunity to make its exit from this, if you'll pardon the expression, doomed universe. I shall begin anew in another dimension and rule as Doom should. Farewell, Sorcerer Supreme.
Terrific. I'm on my own now.
Hey, what's up, Doc? I heard a rabbit say that once. Gotta use it when you get the chance.
Spider-Man, what are you doing here?
Well, it looks like you could use a little help.
But you have no knowledge of the mystic arts.
Well, maybe not, but I've learned a few magic words here and there. And besides, we're both co-created by the same artist, Steve Ditko. Google him, kids. He drew us both with the same hand gestures. See? Okay, it's worth a shot. Mumo Gui Gui Fai Chi Chow, Mumo Gui Gui Fai Chi Chow. I learned that from a cartoon too.
It's working, but it's not enough. We need more help. Here I come to save the day. By the moons of Monologue, it's Stan Lee. Can't let you guys have all the fun. Now, let's fix this thing.
That's it. That's it. Everything is finally stabilized now. Thank you, both of you, for all of your help. Hey, no problem, Doc.
Yeah, happy to help.
Say, Doc, did you know this was all going to work out even though the reviewer gave your movie a less than stellar review?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
And what of Dr. Doom?
I wouldn't worry about him. I'm sure that wherever he is, he's getting his just desserts. Hey, and speaking of desserts, let's go get some ice cream. I'm paying.
No nuts on mine, please. I'm allergic. Sorcerer Supremes love ice cream. You do realize we don't have to walk there, right? I can just open a portal.
That does it for this episode of No Spoilers. And remember, if it looks like roadkill, it's probably spoiled. Until next time, I'm your announcer, Stan Lee, signing off. Excelsior!
Hey, Stan, who are you talking to?
Meanwhile, in another universe.
Titans, go!
Perhaps Doom was sorely mistaken.
Halt! Doom demands to know if you viewed the movie that was reviewed. Your thoughts about the movie and the review means nothing to Doom, but place a comment down in the comment section below. Proceed to press the like button, and Doom will graciously grant you mercy, and you will be permitted to live under Doom's rule as one of his loyal subjects. Until next time.